Today we're learning a little bit about steering wheels, GM 1970s era steering wheel columns. This started with some damage to the plastic piece that insulates the hood wire, which we assume we're going to have to replace. But to replace it, we've got to get the old one off. You can see what it really looks like and order a new one. Now to get that outside wheel off, the wheel that has the U-shaped indentations all around the outside, there's a center ring, a retaining ring that holds it on. Can you point out the ring? Yep. And as we pried and picked at it and used screwdrivers, we discovered quickly that we cannot just pry it off. And it's luckily that we couldn't, because the larger ring with the indentations is being pushed out with a spring. Okay, so in order to get the retaining ring off, you have to push the outside wheel in, and it's under pressure, so you need a tool to do it. Now the GM 1980 Chevrolet service manual shows a tool. Of course, we did not have a 1980 GM shop tool, so we had to make our own. Dylan's going to tell us about the tool that we made.
Alright, so this is the tool we made. It's pretty simple. It's just a bar of plate steel with a couple of holes drilled in it on the sides, 1 1/8 and 1/8 away from the center of the center hole. Each of these holes have been tapped to have 5/16 threads on the inside of them, and this middle hole is designed to fit over the central steering column, so that needed a 9/16 hole to be drilled.
Okay. All right, you want to show us how to use it?
Yes. So put it on here like this. You have your bolts above solid points that can be pushed on this outer ring here.
So you're finding solid points on that on the wheel that your bolts are touching. You're finding solid points, and you're pushing against those solid points.
Yes. So then you screw these bolts in enough that when this is on and you put this central nut on and tighten it down, it will push in both sides simultaneously and push in the inner ring.
Okay, it's going to push on the wheel, right?
Yes.
And then that ring will be just kind of loose, the retaining ring?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and tighten down on this. And if I want some more space, I can also tighten down on the individual bolts.
We're being careful not to let one side bolt get too far ahead of the other one. We want everything to go on straight. We don't want to get anything crooked and diagonal.
Like so. So now we've got it off. And boom, it's loose.
Okay. So that big wheel is now ready to come off. There's nothing that's a part of the steering column that's going to keep it from coming off. But it wants to fly off. So what we have to do is gradually release it. If you just undo that center nut, your tool's going to come flying at you, and so is the wheel probably.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is back things off.
Alright, should be springing out at us.
That's already out.
Not as far as it was. There we go. Careful.
Okay. Is the wheel going to come off? Where's the spring? Can you show us the spring?
So that's this, I guess. Yep.
Is the spring not a separate piece from that plastic piece?
No, it seems to be kind of integrated or screwed in.
See if you can take it apart, though. It looks like it would be two pieces. Okay, so it's totally two pieces. Dylan's now going to reassemble his steering wheel. So far as we've taken it apart.
Spring first. Then this brand new
$6.29 at AutoZone.
I don't know what that thing is called. And this
Called the turn signal cam.
Alright, now we need the tool.
If we were doing this again and making a new tool here, we'd probably pull the two adjustable outside bolts towards the center a little bit. Like an inch might be nice, or maybe even 7/8 of an inch from the very center of the center bolt.
I think that's about as far as that needs to go. There we go. Alright.
And we wouldn't reuse it, except that it seems to be in good condition, and we don't really have a big supply of replacement rings, so since it seems to be fine, we're just going to reuse it.
Alright, we seem to be free.
Okay, now we're back to where we were many hours ago.